Aries.
Hello Aries, this is your forecast for September 2014. This month starts out with the Sun in the 6th house. This is the area of your to-do list, your day-to-day routines. Looking at how it works for you, how you can improve this area, remove clutter. It's time to clean out those closets, the garage, your desk at work, and really streamline it so that you can be more efficient on a day-to-day basis. So you can have more time off. Once you get home from work, you don't really have that overhang of the things that you know that you should be doing, right? So we normally do have this little phase once a year where we do that big cleanup. This, for you Aries, is the time for it. And not only that, but this month we also have the new moon in this area. Not before the 23rd, but that would be the day to put down your intentions to say, hey, look at what I've cleaned up here throughout September. This is how I want to keep it, throughout the year. So those intentions are good because it's our physical environment that allows us to move harmoniously from point A to B, right? And when we talk about physical environment, it's also the physical body. So this is a time to focus on what you eat, how you eat. Is it time to get onto a diet or start out a program to work out? Well, you will figure that one out. Also because Venus is going to be joining in here from the 6th. So the Sun and Venus here together, they will help you focus, tune in, and bring the heart energy, meaning loving the cleanup, loving to make it more beautiful, loving to make it more efficient for you. Okay, so it's not going to be one of those drabs that you've got to push yourself through. It will come easy after the 6th. However, though, I do see many of you Arians already started in August. Why? Well, because Mercury has been activating this area before the Sun even got there, because Mercury's moving ahead of the Sun for right now, and Mercury rules our thoughts. So you've already been ticking away at what you would like to do here, and now comes all that physical energy and the heart energy into seeing that it will be done, it will be beautified. Thank God we got Venus there. But until September 6th, Venus is still in your 5th house, okay? So it remained there throughout August. And Venus is all about love, and so it's in the 5th house of love. Those of you single might just have been lucky to meet some special somebody. And for others who are in a relationship, you might just see that it's been a great time for you to share this joy. It's also the area of children, so maybe with your children you've had some extra great time just having fun. It's the house of Leo. It's all about leisure and creative projects, perhaps if you're working on anything. If you're self-employed, you might just have come up with a lot of great ideas that are not just fun to do, but that can also give a financial return. You have to always remember that Venus doesn't just rule love, it also rules money. So in this area, you might have been spending a little bit more here in August and until that first week of September, but I am sure that that money went out towards things that you really felt good about. We have Jupiter also in this 5th house, and we're going to have that here for you in an entire year until that late summer of 2015. It being in Leo, that's your sister sign, meaning that Jupiter will be trining your sign, expanding this area for a full year. So you will come to see it's going to be a year of love. It's going to be a very creative year for you. Some of you might be jumping into your hobbies that you haven't had time to do for a long time, just because you Aries, you've been so busy in the last couple of years. 2 to 3, they might have been a little unpredictable. It's been giving you a lot of extra challenges just because Uranus hit your sign. And then here, this whole last year, we've been working on these squares and oppositions. So, if anybody deserves to have fun, that is you guys. And Jupiter is going to make sure that you do. And also, make up for maybe what you felt that you were gypped out on here earlier. So expanding the 5th house, notice your self-expression. Notice that that inner child wants to come out and play. Try to free it up so it can do so, meaning it's okay to not work as hard as you have been doing. It's okay to take some weekends off and go do the fun thing this year, all right? Well, Mercury that was in that 6th house since August, thinking about the clutter, thinking about wanting to streamline and become a little bit more efficient there. Well, here on September 3rd, it's moving into the 7th house. Love and relationships, the committed type of love. And so you will see how your mind is going to be focusing more so on your significant other, on your partner. And communication is going to be a big thing for you this month from the 3rd onwards, where you're going to be able to bring up certain things that can perhaps come to balance your relationship more, because Mercury will be in the sign of Libra, which is all about harmony, all about balance. It's ruled by Venus, so I'm sure that a lot of these communications will be heartfelt with that Venus there. Let's talk about Mars. Here until September 14th, first half of the month, it has been working through your house of finance, not necessarily your day-to-day or month-to-month income. That's more the 2nd house. The 8th house is more the money that you hold with your significant other, with a partner, or it could be financial institutions, banks and insurance companies. It could be royalties, commissions, that kind of thing, inheritances. So Mars working through this area is allowing you to look at what is actually dedicated to you, needing to come to you. Mars will be doing the dance there with Saturn. Saturn's been there already now for a couple of years, trying to shore up this area for you. And now that Mars is touching upon this Saturn, well, that only happens once every other year. It takes 2 years for Mars to come around to this 8th house. Next time around, yes, it will be transiting the 8th house, but Saturn won't be there, okay, not for another 28 years. So having the two of them here right now for you, it's big. Mars is action, drive, ambition. It's your energy levels. Saturn is what rules karma. It rules what we master, giving us those life lessons. So you should know by now, over the last 2 years, what Saturn has been trying to show you in this area. And Mars right now, it's like these two coming together is going to initiate what you've been working for and setting something free. So, and then Saturn will secure it, give it body and roots. So this is exciting. This is what you've been waiting for. Don't expect it to happen just as, you know, the two meet. That's the initiation of, but it could still take a little time. But Saturn's still going to be here and not complete its lesson until they're mid-December, thereabout. But then from September 14th, Mars is going to move into the next house, which is the 9th house. Higher education, studying, research, travel, all those things that are represented here by the Sagittarian energy. And it just gives that Mars a little bit more fire to go with, which you're good about because you are fire, right? Sagittarius is fire. So here we go. You're going to start reaching for those stars, that information that you're seeking. And whatever you're focusing on here, while Mars is transiting the 9th house, is all setting you up for its next focus, which is when Mars is going to move into your career house. That's not quite yet. Okay, so if you see yourself working towards or studying up, or, you know, even the internet is like this universal university, so you might find yourself, you know, on the net seeking those answers that you are looking for. But all of that is going to help you when you get into the 10th house for career. Some of you that hasn't had a vacation earlier here this summer, September can be a great time for you to do so, especially after September 14th and those last couple of weeks while Mars is visiting this house. It will just ensure that you will have a good one. We have Pluto still plugging away in your career house, currently still retrograde, which it will be for a while. While we're talking about retrogrades, and I want to mention that because I do get those questions, because we were saying here last month that now all the planets are on the direct, you know, because there's been so many retrogrades from top of the year. Well, then we were speaking about the personal planets, you know, from Mercury straight through out to Saturn. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. We need those to be direct, to have the forward motion, okay, to keep our engines going so that we can complete the new goals that we have. You know, there's always little delays and upsets with retrogrades, but now they're all moving forward. The outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, yes, they are retrograde and will be for a while, but they work more in our subconsciousness, not as much on our day-to-day scale like the personal planets do. Now, Saturn was the last one to go direct. The personal planets, they're at July 21st. Now, in August, yes, it was moving forward, but very slowly, okay? It takes time for a big body, you know, having moved retrograde to pick up speed and move forward again. So, August, a little slow, but yeah, getting there. But now here this month, we're going to see that September is going to be more supported by Saturn, and for you that's the 8th house that we just spoke about. You'll start seeing things come together there for you. We have the full moon, which is on September 9th, and for you Aries, it's going to be in the 12th house, okay? The 12th house is all the inner self, where we pull back a little bit from the public world, where we just need to be with ourselves, listen to ourselves, listen to good music, do yoga, meditation, paint, do something that's healing, something that's quiet, or to sit and visualize. So this full moon is going to be beautiful and illuminating these areas of your inner spiritual self. Beautiful day for that. So on the 9th of September, Mercury is going to have a little to do there with Pluto. Not a great day to have a day to make decisions, perhaps, just because it might be not seeing eye to eye. But then on the 10th, if you have to make a big decision, I'd wait to the 10th when Mercury is more supported by Jupiter. Jupiter might bring some more information in that you were lacking up to the 9th, okay? And then things will come together. We don't want to make these big decisions when we have doubt. You know, always listen to your doubt, because doubt is your friend. You know, if you were convinced, there would be no doubt, would there? So doubt is our friend. The 10th is a good day to move ahead or give a green light. Then again, on the 11th, you'll come to see that, yes, that felt like a sound decision, because the sun on that day will be sextile Saturn, which is your base form, your anchor, your foundation. So good day on the 11th, just for you feeling very secure, and that will be between the 6th and the 8th house for you. So having to do with your day-to-day routines, the 8th house, some kind of money matter coming in, well, you're going to feel that it's going to fit really well. We have a very intense, passionate day on the 14th, Venus and Pluto. So yes, love and passion is always a good thing when we have a trine, but it could also be a good money day for you this month, because Venus also rules money. For you, Venus here will be in this 6th house by then, I'm sorry, and Pluto in your 10th house, so that could be through work, co-workers, partners. It could be a new contract, a new deal, a new client. Could be words about a promotion, perhaps, or a raise. Whatever it is for you, of course, it could be a little different from each and every one of you, but somehow money here, and it's in these areas that most likely you will come to hear about it. On the 21st, you're feeling really good, and I think it might just be a little follow-up of the news that you had on the 14th, because now we see that this Venus is being secured by Saturn. So it's not just a promise or the talk, but Saturn now is saying, here we go, you know, as if something's coming in writing. You don't have to see it in writing, of course, but it's locking that in, and once again, I feel it has to do with commissions, royalties, or monies owed to you may manifest. So that's pretty much what we have here for you now this month. I would listen to the rising sign and the moon sign as well. And just to answer those questions that I get all the time, when you ask, should I listen to my sun sign or my rising sign? To that, I would say both. And why? Well, your sun sign is you as Aries. Your rising sign, that chart will hold information for you where the same transits are coming in different areas of your life. And it is because the rising sign is equally important to you as your sun sign is. Same thing goes with the moon. I'd listen to them all three. And that being said, if you're listening early in August to the September forecast, do come back later in September just so you can renege on the dates that we've talked about, because it's easy to forget when weeks fly by. So hey, listen, Aries, I wish you the very, very best, and I'll see you in October. All right?